Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we continued our efforts in rebalancing the Aether of the Empty by creating our own version of Ramuh, fighting him and defeating him, which we did. And so, that's been done, as you can tell by the color of the crystal. Though no real dramatic changes have been affected as yet, as we would expect, probably, is that, unless we're directly seeing some sort of electrical disturbance, we probably won't notice much. So, the plan is to next rebalance wind, and hopefully that with both lightning and wind combined, we'll actually start getting some movement in the atmosphere, which could proceed to some normal weather patterns beginning to form. Which, you need, wind and rain, in order to, make things work. Evaporation, condensation, storms, rain, that sort of stuff. So, that is going to be the next plan. So, let's go ahead and talk to Eorzea and see if we can get this started. Into the Firestorm. Okay. Eorzea's knitted brow almost certainly spells trouble, namely for you. So yeah, most likely Garuda is next. Garuda, Ifrit, and Shiva. Alright, ere we set out once more, I might ask if thou art familiar with the process by which rain is made to fall? It's an elegant conspiracy! I suppose so. Then thou shan't have the difficulty understanding the explanation to come. With the restoration of our first element, the Empty was once more blessed with the most essential ingredient in the cycle of precipitation, water. Under normal circumstances, the heat existent in the atmosphere would cause water to evaporate from the land's surface. As invisible vapor, it is borne by the wind high unto the firmament, where it doth condense as clouds before descending once more, turning into the land in the form of rain. It seems we need wind aspected ether to create more clouds. That it hasn't rained yet must mean there aren't enough. Even before that, we need fire aspected ether to make the water evaporate. It seems to me that one's not much good without the other. Why don't you just draw out both elements together? You're suggesting that Ayame fight two deiform entities, each one as deadly as Ramuh, at the same time. Do you realize how absurd that is? And yet, 'tis a notion that doth warrant further consideration. We're gonna fight a hybrid Ifrit Garuda? Oh, you can't be serious. Cast your minds, if you will, to the elemental wheel I did show you in the bookman's shelves. Wind giveth rise to lightning, whose spark doth produce fire. By restoring both wind and fire in tandem, we may maintain balance between these dynamic elemental forces. The ensuing battle shall indubitably present an ordeal unlike any Ayame hath ever faced. I believe, however, that this path doth lead to the prize we seek. Oh, so perhaps it's not so absurd after all, eh, Thancred? I wouldn't dream of questioning Eorzea's grasp of the science behind it. My concern is for the burden this would place not only on Ayame, but Reen as well. What do you both make of the plan? If Eorzea thinks it'll work, I'm willing to give it a try. We've faced worse. As long as you know what you're letting yourselves in for, you're going to need all your strength to see that you get plenty of rest. Oh, so see, you get plenty of rest. Gaia. Alright. It seems Reen is reluctant to air her concerns. Were you to rally her spirits, she may become more willing to talk. Alright, fine. Yes, you're right. There's no use in trying to pilot Eden while I've got other things on my mind. It's about Gaia, you see. Truth is that apart from Alice and Alphino, I hardly know anyone my own age. I thought that I should make an effort to be nice to Gaia, but... well, you've seen how she is around me. I understand that she's got her own problems to deal with, but I thought that maybe I could help her in some way. It's not my place to intrude, and I should probably just leave her be until we've finished restoring the elements. After all, that's more important, isn't it? Let me talk to Gaia while you concentrate on the task at hand. Okay, so Thancred's gonna work on it. Is what I would have said once upon a time. Oh? It seems to me that you're the one best qualified to take care of this little problem. I know she can be a bit prickly, to put it mildly, but if anyone can get through to her, it's you. Although we've only known her for a short while, we're all she's got, and I think she realizes that. Just let her know she's not alone, and she'll come around eventually. Alright, I'll give it a try. Do you have any advice? Orianji could talk the hind legs off a behemoth. Why not ask him? No, Thancred certainly has a gift of gab. He'll know what to say. I'm afraid that since arriving in the first, I've had little time to mingle with any of the locals, and I haven't a clue what young women like Gaia would be interested in. Ah, this gives me an idea. I'll start with some small talk and go from there. Actually, since before she even woke up, I've been asking Lena about what's popular in the Crystarium. I thought it might be nice to show Gaia around the place one day, you see? So that's what you were doing. I suppose it makes for a nice change of pace from all that studying. And I must commend thee on thy choice of confidant. The captain's powers of observation maketh her a veritable font of wisdom concerning the behavior of the Crystarium citizenry. That's a way to put that. Yes, and now it's time to put that knowledge to good use. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Persistence is the key. Speaking from experience, by any chance? Whatever do you mean? Lessons learned from days spent in pursuit of ladies fair, one might suspect. God, you couldn't help yourself, could you? It's alright, Thancred. Your secret's safe with me. May I remind you that the reason we're here is to create a better future for everyone in the first, which includes you and Gaia. While it might not be on the same scale as bringing life back to the empty, if you're able to befriend her, there'll be another way of contributing to a brighter tomorrow. So go on, she's waiting for you. Alright, wish me luck. Reen is ready to approach the decidedly unapproachable Gaia. You had best observe the conversation from within earshot. Alright then. Survey the designated location, which is like right here. Working out, I see. What do you want? Oh, nothing really. It can wait till later. For all we know, there might not even be a later. If you got something to say, hurry up and spit it out. Is everything alright? Not feeling strange from being around Eden or anything? Is that what you came here to talk about? Actually, I wanted to ask you... Would you like to go and have coffee biscuits with me? What? Coffee biscuits. They serve them at the second serving in the Crystarium. Everyone's talking about them, so I thought that maybe once we finished our work here, you and I could go there together. Let me get this straight. You came to talk to me about biscuits? Yes, they're light and crispy. When you dip them in the coffee, they go all nice and squidgy. The only reason you're even interested in that in the first place is because everyone else is doing it. Can't you think for yourself? I do what I want when I want. After all, the world could end at any moment. That's not going to happen, not if I've got anything to do with it. Listen, Gaia, I understand what you're going through, believe me, I do, but you mustn't lose hope. A new day will come, then another, and another. Life's not so bad if you give it a chance. You'll see. Shut up, you think you know me? Even I don't know who I am. Until I find the truth, I'll never be free. Then we'll find it together. I've seen enough pain, enough loss, and I don't want to see any more, and that includes you, Gaia. Why do you care so much about other people? What have they ever done for you? I'm sure you haven't forgotten how we Yulmorans treated you, the precious Oracle of Light, like a bird in a cage. And yet you act as if none of that ever happened. So forgiving, so selfless. You and your family brought back the night sky, and you finally had the chance to lead a normal life, but instead you're flying around in a giant sin-eater, trying to turn a barren wasteland into some sort of paradise. And for what? I may not remember much of my past, but I'm fairly certain I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Out of morbid curiosity, I'll see it through the end, but if you think that makes us friends, you are very much mistaken. Gaia. Well, that could have gone better. I surmise that to keep Gaia waiting over long would only agitate her further. Alright, back to Eden's Core. And we'll see what the next challenge is going to be. Alright. Right, to defeat the deiform manifestations of both wind and fire shall require every last mote of thy strength. That thou hast previously triumphed over such beings in previous encounters should be at the forefront of thy mind as we commence the summoning. Right, where are we going this time, Eorzea? The place called Ashfall doth satisfy requirements, I believe. The fables speak of travelers sweltering beneath the blazing heat of the midday sun, while after nightfall, slicing winds did tear at their cloaks. I see. Hopefully it won't be quite that bad when I draw out the elements. Reen, my dear, may I remind thee that to focus is not the same as to deny other thoughts. Whatsoever it is that troubleth thee, thou wouldst be better for acknowledging it. Yes, you're right, of course. It's Gaia that I'm worried about. That is well. May thy concern for her lend thee yet more strength. It's time. I'll begin drawing out wind and fire in equal measure. Ayame, we'll only get one chance at this, so let's make it count. Memories of Garuda and Ifrit rage through your mind. Eden's verse Furor is now accessible. Alright, so we now need to enter the Duty Finder and head into the next battle. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and pause here, queue in, and then I will be back when the queue is ready to go. Alright, so it'll just be a sec. Alright, we are ready to go, so let's go ahead and hop on in. This one looks pretty crazy, so let's see how it goes.
It worked! Both wind and fire have answered the call. Green, are you alright?
Alright, Garuda and Ifrit. Alright, looks like the other tank is gonna main. Well, there is going to be a point at which, we're going to have to split tanking duties. That's okay. For now, okay. Yeah, for those circles, you need at least two people in each. Alright, we gotta get out of that. It's gonna knock back. You don't want to touch the wall, or it will kill you. Oh. Didn't get there in time. Okay, so this is going to be a cone on me. There we go. Oh. My primary tank died. That means I need to take over. Okay. Yep, that's going to knock you in, and you want to avoid those. Alright, proximity AoE. Want to get away from it. And there's Ifrit. Alright, looks like that tank is ready to take back over, so we'll let him. Alright, now with that tether, you need to kind of grab them off the person that gets them and spread them out. Eruptions. Okay, we got fire orbs, and he's gonna jump to one and then kick it. That's gonna create a safe spot directly underneath of him. There you go. I gotta get ready for picking up. Garuda. Okay, we want to be over here-ish. Oh boy, cones. Oh boy. I got concussed. Crud. Alright, they are going to combine. I'm assuming that the other tank is going to continue to main. Ouch. Oh boy. And now it uses all the same skills. Oh, I need to get in there, plus some new ones. Alright, and then we got the, almost lost one of the healers there. There's the safe spot right there. Oop, and now it's very not safe. Okay, and then we got the Pi AoE. There we go. Make sure that somebody was in there. Looks like I took a foam hit. I'm like, ouch. Kind of was stuck in there. There really wasn't anywhere else to go. Hands of Hell, there's more eruptions. almost there. Oh, that's a limit break coming in. Oh. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that was pretty nuts first time through. Alright, I'll commend the other tank, and then we'll go ahead and roll on stuff and see what I get. I got some pretty decent rolls here. Now watch. Alright, I got the helm. Nice. Alright, that means the other stuff is done, and I can go ahead and head on out of here. Alright, and there we are. Let's go ahead and talk to Reen. See how she's doing. Alright, that was incredible. I never imagined they would fuse together like that, but you took them down all the same. I suppose the main thing is that we're now 2 elements closer to restoring the ether of the empty. Let's go and see what difference it's made. There we go. Pick that one. Interesting. And we have rain. It actually worked, just like Eorzea said it would. Everything we could have hoped for. Indeed, our endeavors have been repaid manifold. I wonder what will happen when we restore ice. I think that's the last one, right? Is something the matter? One more element, and then what? You'll have achieved the impossible, while I'll still be nothing. No memory, no past, no family, nothing. The world has moved on and left me behind. Anyone who ever knew me is either dead or gone. So, almighty Eden, you can mend this broken world, but you can't restore one girl's memories? Give me my life back, damn you! I still hunger. Oh. Extinguish the accursed light, awaken our true power. Enough riddles, tell me who I am. You are... I am... Gaia. Gaia, what's wrong? Reclaim your memories, fulfill your destiny. I don't understand. Gaia, can you hear me? Get away from me! You okay? I missed the sound of falling rain. Your voice called from within. Long after the rain passed, your voice echoed on. Okay. Still don't know exactly what's going on there. Alright, well, we are on to ice then, which I guess is going to be Shiva. Heart of Darkness. Alright, while this downpour is precisely the result we were hoping for, the novelty of standing outside in the rain does wear off rather quickly. Not to mention, Gaia's looking a bit under the weather. Let's continue the conversation in Eden's core. Alright, so back to Eden's core. Alright, ere we set forth to restore the element of ice, I would discuss the manner in which the summoning shall be undertaken. Just tell me one thing. Is this going to bring the empty back to the way it was before the flood? While none can say for certain, the change we have observed at points of ethereal intersection doth give us cause for optimism. It may be reasonably assumed that the empty shall continue to transform and, in the decades to come, regain a semblance of its former state. Decades? I don't think you've quite grasped the sheer scale of the damage left in the wake of the flood. It would have swallowed the entire world if Minfilia hadn't stopped it. Even if Reen has inherited her blessing, wounds like that don't heal overnight. After all, the empty has been utterly devoid of life for 100 years. And it might take even longer than that to bring life back. I don't expect immediate results, but I do know that it will stay like this forever unless we do something about it. My sentiments precisely. Only once the final element is restored shall we have a glimpse of the future that awaiteth those of generations yet to come. You do all this for a world you may not live long enough to see? Well, here I am, so absorbed in my own problems that I spare barely a thought for anyone besides myself. For so long I've listened to that voice, telling me what to do, who to be. I was so scared of what might happen if I disobeyed. But I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to be me. Who am I? What am I? Perhaps it's better if I never find out. If Reen's the Oracle of Light, here to mend this broken world, then what does that make me? Gaia, the Oracle of Darkness, bringer of misery and death, a monster. It's no wonder they left me, mother, father, and next it'll be all of you. Then I'll be back to where I started, where I've always been, alone. Oh, here we go again. Gaia, is it the fairy? What's wrong? I'm afraid I might lose control and ruin all your carefully laid plans? No, it's you I'm worried about. Reen, I'm going outside to clear my head. You just do what you need to do, alright? Something's wrong. I know it. Obviously. That much is clear. If we have a repeat of her first visit to Eden, we may even be joined by those void-sent friends of hers. If you go and see what Gaia is doing, Eorzea and I will stay with Reen. Ah, this is the platform above Eden. My name is Gaia, that's what you said, isn't it? Eden, the flood, what does it all mean? No, it can't be. Is this what it's been waiting for all this time? Finally, you remember. What is this? The darkness that dwells within you, Gaia. The accursed spawn of light are drawn to it, like moths to a flame. Pathetic, mindless, something or another. Sin eaters. Now, the time of awakening has come. Well, I guess we're not going to be doing Shiva next. Ayame, Reen senses Sin Eaters. What's happened? We're completely surrounded by them. Don't try to fight them. Just bring Gaia back inside. Quickly now. Okay, well. That's interesting. Alright, let's see what Reen has to say here. What's happened to her? That's a concern for later. First, we must deal with those Sin Eaters. Ayame, if thou wouldst care to repel our assailants without, I would task Thancred with standing guard within. I shall tend to Gaia meanwhile. Eden's versed iconoclasm is now accessible. Alright then. Okay, so we will go ahead and end this episode here. And then when we come back, we'll run through the next battle. And then see what transpires. Alright, so for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.